My question to y'all is, because I just observe reality and I be observing a dream and I see how human beings move within this realm and we move as if we're not a part of it. So my question to y'all is, are human beings separate from nature? That's my question to y'all. Are human beings separate from nature? Feel free to answer this, but I want to go into that. I want to go into that. Manifest Daily says no. Manifest Daily said no. I don't know if that's a he or a she, but they said that no, we are not separate from nature. Who else believes that human beings are not separate from nature? Guyanese peace reflection. Because these are questions that we have to ask. Okay, that's a she. I'm grateful for you making sure I know that. So Manifest Daily, she said that human beings are not separate or apart from nature. Now, that's a beautiful answer. Nobody else answered. That's a beautiful answer, Manifest Daily, because we are not separate from nature. Now, Chopstick said we're not separate from nature. Now, can y'all give me an example as to why human beings are not separate from nature? Now, it's one thing for you to know, oh yeah, we're not separate from nature. We are nature. But what makes us nature? What makes human beings nature? Can you give me an example of what makes human beings a part of nature? Because I know a few. Because we have to be objective thinkers. You know, we can go off of how we feel, or I feel like we are not, but what's the objective matter of it? And the example that I would bring up for this would be the simple fact that human beings are the sun in human form. That's a good one too. Our body contains a lot of the ingredients that are in the soil. Absolutely. Our bodies are the soil. And I was about to go into it as well with the sun. Human beings are the sun in human form, like Chi teaches us, right? If you know anything about how the human body is made, right? If you know anything about how the human body is made, and you know anything about the sun is what? The sun is the most vital force of energy or life on this plane of existence. The sun gives everybody life. No thing could exist without the sun. And that no thing is the darkness. That's crazy. But no thing couldn't exist without the sun. The darkness couldn't exist without the light. You said we are dirt, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Yeah, that's one perspective, but watch this. I want to give you a cooler and a more factual example as to why human beings are not separate from nature. Like I said, we are the sun in human form. If you don't know how your body is made, you are the three elements: solid, liquid, and gas. Bones, you are made out of what? Bones, blood, and breath. Your bones are being made from the light codes that you get from the sun. Your body, along with your thymus gland, takes those codes and create calcium in your body. That calcium goes on to create bones. The sun is making your bones. And then inside of your bone, it's called the bone marrow. Your bone marrow is what's making the liquid version of you. It's what's making the blood. Your blood is what's holding your consciousness. And then inside of your blood, there's a red protein cell called hemoglobin. This cell captures oxygen from the environment and feeds that oxygen to the rest of the cells in the body. Just off of that alone, human beings are not separate from nature. Just off of that alone, we are the sun. Exactly. You said nature is keeping us alive. We need it. Well, we are nature and nature is us. We are it simultaneously. Nature couldn't exist without you observing it. You see what I'm saying? And this is another reason why human beings are not separate from nature. And this gonna put the icing on the cake, y'all. Simply due to the fact, right? We study quantum physics. Quantum physics is one of the 5 sciences that Chief has given us for us to understand reality. In quantum physics, the holographic universe, this is nothing but a holographic reality. Everything that you think that you're seeing outside of you, you're experiencing inside of your mind. You're not separate from anything. You're actually thinking and projecting all of this into your reality. You are not separate from reality. You are not separate from nature. Nature is the controlling, compelling force of the universe. You are the universe. YOUNIVERSE. You are the universe. We are nature. We cannot be separate from nature, but we move around as if the things that we do, we don't have to pay it. We don't have to pay for it. We move as if everything that we do on the planet, we're not going to have to answer to. And guess what? We're able to move like this because human beings have no enemy. We don't have nobody to answer to. We don't have an authority figure for us to answer to. Remember, we got free will. We don't have an enemy. We are our own enemies. We go against each other. Nothing else in nature goes against itself. But human beings goes against itself. We are nature going against itself. But there is no free will, though. That's an illusion. But to move forward, we're not separate from anything. We are nature, right? Another example, right? We want to go to universal principles. The second Hermetic principle, right? The laws of Hermetics, the laws of Hermeticism. The second law is the law of correspondence. You said animals do go against. You don't see no animal going against itself. What wolf you see going against wolf? What monkey you see going against a monkey? Our enemy is our lower self. You see what I'm saying? Our enemy is the shit that we put inside of our minds. You see what I'm saying? Human beings destroying each other, that don't even make sense. We're the most sophisticated species on the planet. Why are we destroying each other? That don't make sense. But back what I was saying, the law of correspondence, that's as above, so below. I already told you that we are the sun in human form. Everything on the planet is a cell. Everything on the planet is a cell. Even the sun is a big cell that's giving light or life to everything else on the planet, because we live inside of God's body. We live inside of God's mind. And the sun is a representation for God's mind. And we are all different pieces or different thoughts of that mind, of that sun. Right? And you being a fractal piece of the sun or a cell inside of your own body, right? You have certain information that keeps you connected to nature. This right here shows you that you're not separate from nature, because the thoughts that you have, they're not coming out of you. Any thought that you have, you're not having from inside of you. They're not coming out of you. They're coming through you. We are just receivers for the universe. Your whole body, your cellular device is nothing but an antenna or a transmitter for the universe to communicate back with itself. That's all this is. That's all this is. Right? As above, so below. What's going on in the constellations, in the cosmos, is taking place down here on Earth. That shows you if nature is the controlling, creating force of the universe, and in the cosmos or in the constellations is the universe, and that's being projected down here on Earth, how could we be separate from what's going on in nature? Think about it. Astrologically, we're being projected into this realm. Every human being is a solar system because life is fractal. What's going on up there is taking place here, right? Just how every planet in the solar system, right? Every planet has many moons. So say you got the planet Jupiter, right? Jupiter has moons. The moons around Jupiter that plays as a satellite are going to send the signals from Jupiter all the way to Mars, all the way to Venus, all the way to Mercury, to the moon, to the sun, to be projected here on Earth. That's how this is working. Is your mind not working like that? This is how the universe is working. We're being projected here astrologically from the sun via the moon. The moon is reflecting the signals from the other planets or planes of existence within our mind and sending it to the sun, and we're being projected down here on Earth. As above, so below. We're not separate from nature. That's absolutely. The universe is all mental. But yes, the universe is all mental reflection. The universe is all mental. That's the first Hermetic principle. How do we survive with this knowledge? People are homeless and hungry, brother. How do you survive with what knowledge? The knowledge that I'm giving you, or the knowledge that you've been running off of already? The knowledge that white supremacy has given us. Which one are you talking about? Which one are you referring to? BZ, what up, God? No. Yeah, we may think that we are different, but we're not. Well, we are different. We are different. Right? Like Chi teaches us, different egos or different frequencies give meaning to the meaninglessness of life. Because life is meaningless. It's meaningless. Meaninglessness. It doesn't exist. It's all a dream. This is all an illusion. But within the illusion, we are different. We are one. We are the same, but we are different too. That's why it's called the illusion of separation. That's what makes us think that we're separate from each other. There has to be a difference. Remember, in order for God to play the game of life or imagination, God has to go to sleep. God has to forget that it's what it is and give itself amnesia. And we're all a part of God as well. So we forgot and went to sleep inside of God's mind. And now we believe that we're different from each other. But guess what? We're going through cycles in God's mind. And all of this is happening so that we can remember and remind ourselves through different versions of ourselves that we are all oneness, that we are all God, that we are not separate from each other. But due to our astrological programs, that's what's allowing us to seem like we're different from each other and seem like we're separate from each other, right? Ra got a different astrological program than As Above, So Below. As Above, So Below got a different program than I do. You see what I'm saying? But we are essentially all the same. But if you want to know what makes you different from the next cell or from the next species, you have to study the activated ACT and Gs on the DNA of God, on the DNA strand of God. You got to study your nucleotide sequence on the mind, in the mind of God. That's why you have to study astrology. You said XX22 mitochondrial DNA. What that mean? What that mean? You said God by Mother God. Absolutely. When I say God, God is a woman. The creator is a woman, and we are all her children. We are all her children. 22 is before XY23. I don't know nothing about that. All I know is that we are 23 chromosomes of each of our parents, so that's 46 chromosomes in total. I can tell you that the XY chromosome scientifically is a derivative or a evolution or adaptation of the XX chromosome. All men are essentially women. No, Chief isn't a man. That's what you forgot. And any man that you believe is a man is not a man. It's a woman. Look at the word womb man. The XY chromosome is a woman with an extended clitoris. Come on now. Why men, not X-Men? They say why men, not X-Men. I feel you. But it's still X-Men because even that man came from that XX chromosome. The mitochondrial DNA can't be passed down through a man. It can only be passed down through the womb of a woman. So it's still X-Men. It's still X-Men. You feel me? And what you think of as a dick or a penis is an extended clitoris reflection. You feel me? That's what a penis is. A penis is, if you didn't know, a penis is an extended clitoris. For your information. Let's be mature in the room, though. Let's be mature here. So yeah, y'all. I just want y'all to understand that we're not separate from nature. We not. All of your thoughts are coming from the universe. All of your thoughts are coming from the field of infinite possibilities, which nature is the controlling force of. Right? All of your thoughts, just how a radio. The radio is receiving what? A broadcast, a signal from the radio tower, from the radio station. Human beings are what? Radios. We're hardware devices that's receiving signals from the sun. We receive those signals, and watch this. Everybody has different brain waves, right? Delta, theta, alpha. Your astrological program is going to be your default broadcast. That's going to be your tuner. Depending on your astrological program, that's going to determine how you tune into the universe. That right there, you're receiving your thoughts from the universe. You are the universe. You cannot be separate from the universe. Absolutely. We can always come up with solutions to communicating in a healthy way, obtaining land, growing our own food. But you got to realize this: the solution first is knowledge itself. Everybody want to come together and talk and build together, but first you got to build your mind first. You got to first understand you and how you work and how your simulation works. Then we can come together in a healthy way. And as far as obtaining land, well, we can go occupy land, but we can't own no land. You don't even own your body. Growing food, why would we have to grow food? If we lived in harmony with nature, we would never have to grow food. If you was to go out, if you was to stop using the bathroom and giving your soil and your urine back to the plumbing system and you give it back to the earth would naturally grow food for us. We don't have to grow anything. The earth has a natural ecosystem, but we act like we separate from it, and that's why we live out of harmony with it, and that's why we go through pain and suffering. You feel me? So we coming together right now and communicating in a healthy way. But is everybody on the same page? Is everybody ready to leave the system? Is everybody ready to leave Babylon, which is a mentality, a mindset that keeps you in hell, that keeps you in ignorance? It's funny, I was thinking earlier, along with human beings not being separate from nature, I told y'all about the as above, so below principle, the law of correspondence. If you study the astrological transits that's taking place right now, because they are affecting you, and what's going on in the heavens or in the stars is having an effect on you and all human behavior and decisions. We've been going through Saturn and Pisces for the last couple years. I don't know if you know anything about Saturn or even the sign of Pisces, but Pisces is the sign of dreams and intuition. It's the last sign. Saturn is restrictions, limitations, discipline. Humanity is being forced to go within right now. Right? What nature is doing, humanity is doing. Whatever you see nature doing, human beings are doing. Even the negative shit that you see human beings doing, nature is making us do that. There's nothing that anything on this planet is doing that nature or God isn't enabling it to do. Because everything is divine order. Everything is divine order. Right? And guess what? Like Chi teaches us, the only way out is what? To go in. Watch this. If you want to understand yourself, if you want to have knowledge of yourself, and the ancient Egyptian proverb states that the shortest and quickest route to knowledge of self is through nature. So we have to study nature because we're not separate from nature. We are nature. So watch this. I'm in Philly right now. It's cold right now. I don't know where you at right now within the mind or within the dream. I don't know what state of mind you're in right now, but I'm in Philly, right? It's cold out here. I got a hat on, you got to dress up, put a coat on. If you look at the environment in the northern hemisphere during the fall and the winter months, what's going on in these areas? Well, you see these environments begin to lose life force, right? If you look at the tree, the leaves on the tree begin to fall down and the soul or the life force of the tree begins to teleport to another reality, right? Just like the animals, they migrate and go to a tropical environment. The leaves on the trees fall off and the trees let go of certain things that no longer serve it so that it can survive in the given circumstances that it is in. And I looked at the tree and I'm like, damn, I just learned something new. We should apply that to our lives as human beings because we are nature. Look at how nature teaches us. In its stillness, look how it teaches us. Oh, if only human beings learn how to let go of what no longer serves them in their circumstances, then we can grow and evolve. Somebody said something about coming together, communicating in a healthy way and getting land and all this. But how we going to do that when We haven't figured out to leave this situation that we in. Everything do recycle. Everything does recycle. How does nature shape us? Just study your astrology. Your astrological program shows you how nature shapes you. Epigenetics shows that as well. Go study biology. It's called epigenetics. This shows you how the environment controls the genes and the expression of a cell, and the perception of a cell. Nature shapes you by the environment. Everything that you are, your environment shapes you to be. The way you talk, your style, the way you look, everything about you, your environment shapes you into it. How do we tune into nature? When you tune into the nature around you, by you tuning into your human nature. And the nature of you is that all is mental. You are just a consciousness, right? You are a fractal piece of the sun. In astrology, everybody has what? A sun sign. You want to study your astrological program or the solar system within your mind to understand how you tune into nature. Because you're going to tune into nature differently than I am. I got a different program than you do. I got different astrological energies that allow me certain ways to certain things that I can do. Same for you, but only you know. You got to study you. You have to study you. You feel me? But I don't want to digress of what I was saying. Peace to the gods and the goddesses. I don't want to digress of what I was saying, but I looked at nature and I'm like, damn, if we want to learn from nature, study nature. The leaves lead the trees. If human beings were to let go of the misinformation that we've been programmed with in Babylon, then we will be all right. We'll be okay. But guess what? Everything is in divine order and in divine timing. Like somebody just said, we're going through cycles. We're going through cycles. Right? So, since we are going through cycles, we can equip ourselves with knowledge itself so that we can get through these cycles. And guess what? In this cycle that we're going in, right, we're in Saturn and Pisces. Pisces is what? Imagination. This is a time where humanity is being forced to go inward. Chi teaches us that the only way out is to go in through your imagination. Pisces rules the imagination. Humanity is being forced to go inward so that we can evolve. Because there's nothing outside of you. Everybody want to go get money and material shit and go get food to feel good, go have sex to feel good, go get this to feel good. But after you get done doing it, you still got to sit down with yourself. You said the government ain't going to come back open. There is no government. And even that situation happening, that's part of the universe. That's part of nature giving us a warning as humanity. That's right there as a warning right there to show us, hey, we're going to be forced to go inward, right? When them food stamps got snatched from niggas, you had to sit down and go within your imagination and figure out how I'm about to use or what information I'm going to use to survive in this system. You see what I'm saying? There is no government. You are the government. You're governing yourself. You're governing yourself through your belief systems. Exactly. The feeling always go away. And then you see right there, I don't even want to be talking about stamps because that's a distraction. That right there is a distraction. Why would food stamps be such a big deal? You got to know that that's a distraction. That's a distraction. But if you smart and you intelligent and you know what's going on, you should be looking like that as like, damn, that's a symbol that this system as we know about to fall down. And we're going to have to depend on nature and not on the system, not the system in place that's destroying nature. We're going to have to depend on the actual land that's sustaining our life and live in harmony with it. But remember, we think that we separate from it. What are you saying? And if y'all wanna talk to me, man, come in the queue. I don't want to keep reading the chat talking to y'all. Yes, we can live off nature. We absolutely can live off nature. But first, we got to understand that we are nature. You feel me? Everything on the planet is made out of what? Cells. All living organisms are made out of cells. You're made out of living cells. The cells in your body do what you are doing. Now what happens inside of your body when the cells in your body stop doing what your mind tells it to do? They become cancer cells. They start to go against the body, and guess what? The body starts to do things to get rid of them. And that's what we see going on. Human beings have been so dependent on a false system for our needs that the universe is setting up situations for us to not be able to depend on it, so that we can start to depend on nature. It's all in our favor. Like Chi teaches us, nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for us. Everything is happening for us. We just got to learn how to live in harmony with life. Gaia said she took her class to a field trip to the zoo today, and I would have tore me up too. It would have tore me up too. You see how human beings live? You see how separate we live and disconnected from nature? We put animals. Listen, everything is God. Every animal that you see at the zoo is God in the form of that animal. Look at what humans do to God. Your relationship with an animal is your relationship with God. Why would human beings put animals in a zoo and incarcerate animals? Why would we try to incarcerate God? Why would we try to put God in a cage? Man, think about that. Animals are God. We created a zoo, a simulated environment to put God in so God can live in a lie. And this is what we are doing. Human beings are living in a lie. And this is what we do to ourselves. We do this to ourselves. What make you think the little house that you sleep in, the little houses and homes that we sleep in on our block, not a fucking cage? What make you think it's not a prison? We live in a zoo. We're free range animals. You know how you go on a farm and you got free range cattle? Human beings are free range species. You don't need a red tag on you. Nigga, you got a social security number. You got a birth certificate. You got a debit card and a cell phone that's connected to your social, and they connect you everywhere. They got tabs on you. You're one of their product. We're one of their stock. Yeah, I know it was tough seeing that at that zoo. That's the topic I'm talking about. How human beings are not separate from nature, but we do things and we live as if we are separate. Why would we even want to go to a zoo to go look at animals suffer? That's another thing. Like, I know it's something to do, but if I'm gonna go to the zoo and watch this shit, that means I'm condoning what the lower self is doing to God, because animals are God. Even that right there is perpetuating the ignorance on the planet. Going to the zoo. What we going to the zoo for? To watch some animals be treated and abused? But y'all be wanting to talk about abuse, but don't nobody talk about the animals that's getting abused in the fucking zoo. Animal DNA, people, they not like us. Look, every living species on the planet shares the same DNA. We all speak the same language. It's called ACT and Gs. We are all connected through DNA, which is the molecular blueprint for all living things. The bonobo ape shares 98.7% DNA with us. If an ape shares 98.7% of DNA with us, what make you think the insect doesn't share 98% of DNA with us? Come on now. You're not separate from anything. I just got different knowledge. I got different information. And that's what makes us different. How we think. That's it. Your program. Yeah, respect, man. Peace to the gods. Like I said, y'all feel free to come up if y'all wanna have a dialogue, y'all wanna connect, if y'all wanna send gifts or anything, y'all wanna donate to Chief. Y'all already know we always need food, water, necessities while he in isolation. So you feel me? It's open for that too. But let me read these comments. Google said we don't have the same DNA as animals. Google lied to you. I don't know what Google you was talking to. Working and slaving. I mean, you can say working and slaving, but you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to put some type of work in. Remember, faith without work is dead. It's either you're gonna be working for the devil, which is the one that lives against life, that lives backwards, or you're gonna be working for God. You're gonna be working for nature. So you're gonna have to put work in. It's like selling your soul. You don't have to necessarily sell your soul, but you're gonna have to give away some of your spirits. You're gonna have to give some of your energy to something. Now, what you decide to give your energy to, that says everything about you, but you're gonna have to put in some work. Like, for instance, I work for God. I proclaim the kingdom of God. I put everything I do in God's hands. That's it. I store my treasures in heaven. But you got to put work in. You feel me? This is a part of the work. Getting up on camera, talking, teaching. So you're going to have to work. But if you working for your lower self, that's definitely like slavery. That's definitely like slavery. But you're going to be a slave to something. I'd much rather be a slave and a servant to my higher self than my lower self. What work I've been doing? Well, I mean, you can just go check me out on social media. And the work that I do is work that you can't really see. I'm doing work in the spirit realm, my nigga. I'm doing work in the spirit realm. I got a lot of 12th house and Pisces energy. So a lot of the work that I do is behind the scenes. It's not visible for the public. You feel me? I'm growing behind the scenes. Like, y'all don't even know. What is the result of our work? Just keep seeing it. Just keep watching, man. Just keep watching. Y'all be wanting to, what y'all got to show for it? Just keep watching, man. Just keep watching. You feel me? Just know this. My mother in heaven has prepared a table for us. You feel me? A table has been prepared for us. And when it's time for Chief to come out of isolation, the sheep and the goats going to be separated. You feel me? Those that believe in God going to be separated from those that believe in the wicked and the evil one. You feel me? But the results of my work, if you know me from a couple years ago, I'm a whole different person. I wasn't even on here talking. I wasn't even on here teaching. All right, see, I'm blocking niggas now. Where my admins at? Who in here admin? I don't got no admins in here. You should stop playing games, bro. It's been years. Well, what you doing? You still following along. You feel me? Y'all still watching us. But I'm glad that you believe that. 3 is already free, though. 3 is already free. Remember, you can't lock up God. You can't put God in jail. You can't do it. That's like you going to sleep in your bed and going into your dream realm, and the people in your dream put you in jail in your dream. How that make sense? How can the people in your dream put you in jail in your dream? Don't make sense, man. It don't make sense. Jelly Bean, it don't make sense. And my name Facts, y'all. Y'all stop calling me Jax. My name Facts. Because I don't only speak facts. Top Man Ricky. If you don't got nothing positive to say, don't say nothing at all in the chat, man. Ashley, Peace Reflection. Miss Lady, what's up, Reflection? If you don't got nothing nice to say, nothing positive to say, refrain from saying anything here. I'm going to block you up and block your head off. You said you don't care about kick you or meet you and keep coming back. Well, that's cool. Just find you another page. I ain't tripping. But I don't want to kick y'all and mute y'all and shit. Why we just can't have a dialogue? Why we just can't be positive? You don't need your other pages. I'm going to let you chill in the room. You said I don't like confrontation. Well, I'll be honest. I don't like confrontation. But that don't mean that I won't face confrontation. But I don't like confrontation because there's no need for confrontation, especially when we objective beings. What we confronting? The facts of the matter? You said you need one of these shirts. That joint hard, ain't it? That tell them, Chop. That's all I'm saying. Just don't be negative in the room, man. If you don't got nothing positive, you know the golden rule. If you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And then you being a coward, saying weird shit. You could have came up in the queue and said what you want to say, but you typing it. You being chatty patty in the comments. But yeah, y'all. And this is what I want y'all to know too. With human beings not being separate from nature. This chat, this your subconscious mind. Everything that you see in the chat or somebody else commenting is a part of your subconscious mind. It's you. Now, if you pay attention to it and you give your energy to it, you're going to become one with it. So you got to have discernment with what you give your energy to. That's why I don't be giving the trolls no energy too much, for real. I'm going to just go ahead and get y'all out of here. And y'all let y'all go get y'all other pages. And then we see what's up. Polo, what up? Astro, what's up? Ain't nothing, Astro. The word of the day is, well, shit. The phrase of the day is, human beings are not separate from nature. That's the phrase of the day. What nature is doing, humanity is doing. Saturn is in Pisces. So collectively, humanity are being forced to go inward within our imagination and start to come to terms with our subconscious mind. Pisces rules the subconscious mind. Even the new moon in Scorpio today, transformation. Then now is a transformative time. Now is the time for you to go inward, for you to get in tune with yourself, with your higher self, for you to seek truth. That's the time. Saturn and Pisces, that's what time we in astrologically. According to nature, Saturn is in Pisces right now. Now is the time to use your imagination to dream up a new reality for yourself. That's why this reality as we see it is crumbling. The government that's in place right now, they're battling and fighting each other within their own ranks. They're going against each other. They're deconstructing from the inside out. What no longer is serving the planet is being let go of. The cancer on the planet right now is being washed up and it's going to perish so that we can usher in a new dream. Right now, think about it. Pisces is the last sign. So when the last sign come into place, this means that the messenger is coming into place to enlighten the people. Age of Aquarius, the age of enlightenment. All of this is divinely orchestrated right now. Somebody asked me, how do I manifest the life or the reality that I want? Well, first, you got to understand what reality is. You got to understand what life is. First, you got to understand that life is a dream and that God thought everything into existence and that we are all figments of God's imagination. And we are all just consciousness projecting ourselves into this reality that we feel and believe is life, but it's not. How you going to create the reality or manifest the reality that you want? You're going to have to base yourself in objectivity. You're going to have to base yourself in knowledge of self, divine knowledge of self, because we're using our imagination. Understand, to think means to imagine or conjure up in the mind. So we're always thinking. When you're thinking, you're manifesting. But what if the thoughts that you are constantly having or frequently having, which is your frequency, what if those thoughts are based in misinformation? What if it's based in the ideas that our Lord Self has given us to have to survive in this world? Then you only going to be manifesting a reality that's going to perpetuate the same ignorance that you try to get out of. So when it comes to you manifesting the reality or the life that you want, you have to become one with the life that you want. You got to become what you want. Literally, as a kid, I wanted to be a wrestler. I wanted to wrestle. I became that. I did everything in my mind that I could do to embody that aspect of life. You see what I'm saying? So to manifest what you want, you're gonna have to reprogram your mind. And you're gonna have to put in only what you want on your mind. If you want to be the president, but you putting this shit in your subconscious mind that say you're gonna be homeless, you're not gonna be the president. What you're putting in your mind is contradicting what you're saying that you want to be. Remember, your subconscious mind rules 95% of your reality. If you say you want to be one thing, but your actions say another thing, you're lying to your reality, and your reality is only going to give you what you've been putting out. Because that's how this shit works. But if your belief system and the information that you have, that you're using your imagination with, if that information is based in objectivity, if it's based in facts, remember, a fact is a thing that can be studied or experimented over and over, time and time after again, and it come out the same. It come out the same. If you're not based on objectivity, logic, and facts, then you can only imagine an unfulfilled reality. You will imagine yourself a reality that's going to crumble under the first sign of an obstacle. Because misinformation is unfulfilled. So if you build or imagine a reality based in misinformation, then what's going to happen in that reality? It's inevitable that it's going to crumble, right? Remember the three little pigs. The first two built their shit in straw and sticks. It's inevitable that it's going to fall because it didn't have a strong foundation. The knowledge that we have on our mind, we have to have a strong foundation of knowledge in order for us to be successful. But what does it mean to be successful? Our idea of being successful is getting a lot of money, getting a lot of girls, getting the man that we want, getting married, getting a nice car, a nice house in the suburbs. We can wear nice suits and we can go get our hair done and all this. You get tailor-made suits. But being successful is having knowledge of self and you placing yourself in your natural environment and you thriving. That's what it looks like to be successful. That's what it looks like to be in harmony and in tune with nature and connected with God. Anything other than that is mammon, lower self. And it is really that simple. It is that simple. Remember, like Chief teaches us, if you want to heal from any trauma, all you have to do is change your perspective. It's how you view and perceive things is the reason why we go through pain and suffering, the reason why we in situations that we don't want to be in. It's because our perception. We've been programmed to believe in things the wrong way. But it is simple, but it's not simple. It is simple, but it's not. Because remember, from 0 to 7, you being programmed by your subconscious mind every day, all day, through repetition. So just as you were programmed with bullshit, you got to repetitively reprogram yourself with the right information to do the right thing, to live out the right information. That's not easy to do. But if you are astrologically set up to do so, then it will be no problem. Everybody don't have an astrological program that allows them and enables them to be able to move through life smoothly and swiftly. But you feel me? It is as hard as you make it. You feel me? But peace to all the guys and the goddesses in the room, man. And we got to get prepared and we got to get ready for that. Oh, that's another thing too. Because since we are not connected to God right now, because we living out of tune with nature, we living out of harmony with what is, we're going to have to go through that death phase, that transformation, right? The ego death that we all talk about, the dark night of the soul, that's what we are all going through collectively. But guess what? We know that death is nothing but a transformation from one state to the next, from one frequency to the next. But we don't actually experience death. We don't actually experience death. Think about it. Death is synonymous to you sleeping. You never experience yourself going to sleep. You might experience yourself laying down, but you never experience yourself going to sleep. And you see what I'm saying? That's what death is. We never experience death. We never experience the actual death. We just go through the transformation. We just move forward. And that's what he teaches us. That when we're going through transformation, or what we call death, that death or transformation is not our enemy. Actually, when we begin to move forward, death becomes our friend. And moving forward becomes your opposition, because it's the unknown that we're afraid of. We're afraid of death because we're afraid of the unknown, but we never experience death. A person can get shot right now. They're not going to experience the actual death. They're just going to experience the transformation or the moving forward of the consciousness. That shit crazy. And that's what we're going through right now. We're going through a transformation. You feel me? And if we have a healthy perspective on this transformation, it can be easy peasy. It can be as easy as we want it to go. You feel me? The more you are in tune with nature and in tune with life, the easier it's going to be. Like, for instance, if you know that you're a cell living inside of your own body, you're not separate from the body. You're not separate from nature. Okay, when natural disasters begin to happen and there's martial law and there's famine and it's cold in their environment, there's no food production, there's no clean water, there's no sunlight. With the right information, an intelligent cell, a conscious cell is going to know the old shit, especially if it's melanated. You're going to look at yourself and you're going to be like, damn, I'm a cell. I have melanin. The sunlight is what's giving me melanin. And if I am to survive, I need to get closer to the sun because that's what's sustaining my life. Knowledge of self. A cell can only vibrate as high as its own environment. Once the system falls and this system or this environment no longer can sustain itself, we're going to have to migrate like all the other animals. We're going to have to leave and migrate to a more conducive environment for ourselves. But if you don't have the right information, that's where you will perish. And that's why it's honor and reverence to Chief. You feel me? Like, y'all don't understand. Every other species of human beings have a spiritual guru or a spiritual mentor or somebody that can help them understand reality. Black people don't have that. But Chief came as our guide, and as a savior for black melanated beings, for all humanity, but specifically melanated beings, for us to have knowledge of self and the right information for when the time comes that we have to, that God's people and God's children have to make our exodus out of Babylon, we will have the right information to do so. What other black man or other melanated, any other person that you've seen teaching people to go living back in tune with their natural environment, eat from the earth, live and sleep on the earth, give your pot and your soil back to the earth, teaching people not to render it to Caesar's what is Caesar's and what's to God is God's. Nobody else was teaching, especially black people, nobody else was teaching black people that, oh, you're a cell made out of trillions of cells and that you need to place yourself in your right environment, specifically between the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, next to the equator where the sun is at its most powerful. Nobody's teaching that. But that's the consciousness that you need to know in order for you to have everlasting life. Remember in John 3:16, it say it. For it say our Father, but it's our mother. For our mother in heaven, she gave her only begotten Son, S-U-N, the Son in human form. And whoever is to believe in his consciousness shall not perish, but have eternal life, everlasting life. Whoever is to believe in the message that Chief has came to bring us, you will not perish. You're going to have everlasting life and you're going to enter the flame of life. You're going to enter the kingdom of God. Only if you keep the knowledge. Only if you keep the knowledge, the 5 sciences, astrology, biology, quantum physics, melanin, grounding. Keep your Bible. Keep your Bible. Study it, decode it, decrypt it, read it for what it truly is. But we need this knowledge and information for us to cross over. You feel me? That's why we are in the age of information. This is a part of the cycle of consciousness inside of God's mind that we go through when the cells inside the body begin to wake up and become conscious that we're destroying the vessel that's sustaining our life. We live inside of a being that's hosting us. We're being hosted in this reality. And we go outside and we litter. We drive around in cars all day. But we have no regard for the earth. Think about this, man. This another way to show you that you are the earth, that you are nature. The human body is made up out of what? It's comprised of what? 60 to 80% water, depending on how your size, depending on your avatar. The water that makes up your body is the same water that has been on the planet forever. 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 Don't you want to be in harmony with that water? For instance, we drink water with chlorine and fluoride in there. We give that urine back. We drink alcohol, all type of shit. We give that urine back to the plumbing system. The plumbing system put chemicals and purification shit and purifying agents in there. More chlorine and fluoride. Then they give you that water back through your drinking faucet, through your shower, in your water bottle that you get from the store. Look at how we're treating ourselves. Look at how we're treating ourselves. Think about all the GMO food that you eat. The pork chops, the pork skins, the pork rinds, the beef sausage, all this macaroni and cheese, all this dairy shit that we eat. Your pot, it's probably a good thing that we don't give our soil back to the earth right now, because we will be recycling that and feeding ourselves back that shit. Because your poop grows your food. You ain't know that, did you? Your poop that you give to the government, to the plumbing system, yeah, they take your poop, put purifying agents in there, other shit, other chemicals, and then they go grow your food with it, and then you put it back in your body. This alters your genes. This alters our genes. This just go to show you that we're not separate from nature, and that we definitely need to live in harmony with it. We definitely need to live in harmony, because we're destroying ourselves, reflection. We're destroying ourselves. Just think about that. Think about that. The chemtrails. Your drinking water. You putting chlorine or fluoride in your body. You're urinating, giving it back to the toilet in the plumbing system. They're taking it, purifying it, putting chemicals in it. The rain evaporates, go back into the sky. They put chemtrails in the sky. That water comes back down. The solution is eco-friendly, living in harmony with nature. We don't have to do a lot of the stuff that we think that we need to do. You don't. The solution is, and that's why we have technology right now. Technology, AI, which is almighty intelligence. Technology is God. Technology is nature. Technology is going to help us live in a more self-sufficient and eco-friendly way. Exactly, Tahira. But it won't be self-sufficient truly. It will be interdependent with nature. It would be self-sufficient because we are a part of the Earth's cell. We are cells that make up the nucleus of the Earth, which is a neuron cell inside of the mind of God. So we are learning how to become more self-sufficient, but that's going to be through learning how to become one with the planet, because we are the planet. Technology is artificial. Mother Nature isn't. Okay, so Tahira, I'm glad that you said that, and I'm glad that it's people in here that want to have a dialogue. Let me ask you this, Tahira. Who made technology? Let me ask you this. Who made the cell phone that you made your comment off of? Can you answer that for me, reflection? Ja Love, what up? Peace and love, what up? Tahira, who made the cell phone, which is technology that you're holding? Who made it? Who made it? I just want to know if you can answer it. Us. Okay, so when you say us, you saying human beings, right? Are human beings not a part of nature or Mother Nature? Yes or no? I'm waiting because I'm interested to see your answer. Are human beings not a part of nature? We are a part of nature. Facts. So if human beings are a part of nature and we made the cell phone, we made AI, we made technology, all of the material to make a phone comes from nature. On top of that, human beings program the technology. We program AI to do and say what it's doing. How can AI be artificial if it was made from an organic being? There's nothing artificial about technology or AI. It's actually almighty intelligence. It's actually nature. Peace, goddess.
Hey, I'm listening to you. I just want you to finish.
Okay, yeah. So just to reiterate,
Hmm.
technology is not artificial because technology, every bit of it, every material that has made the technology comes from nature. The plastic, the metal, everything. And human beings made technology and we programmed it with our minds. AI is a universal database that has the mind and consciousness of the collective. That's not
Hmm.
an artificial being.
Okay.
That,
Yeah, I see where you're stemming from. However, human beings made everything. Actually, it was a man that made technology, so everything in the universe is man made. The only thing that woman can make is something that reproduces, and that is the fruits that we eat, the vegetables that we eat that carries the seed. Because in order to get something like a vegetable or fruit, it has to reproduce. That's the power of a woman to reproduce. However, we also have to consider what is technology being used for. Artificial intelligence, it can be just like things in life, aspects in life. It could be used for good or it could be used for evil. But the overall history of technology was not used back in the day to where it's being used now. It is going to extinct a lot of things that is natural that gives us life, and it's going to go away with the new world order. So the fruits that you're eating that gives you life is not going to be natural, it's going to be artificial. The foods that you're eating right now is bioengineered. The water that you're drinking is not natural. But we're all complaining about, the problematic of the foods. This is what you're explaining about things being artificial. And that is what is going on now. Everything is about to be computerized. Everything is about to be artificial. Nothing is not going to be natural anymore. Unless you be self-sufficient, you have your own land and you become in your homestead, you raise your own cattle, you get your water from the land, and you learn how to grow your food. And the only thing you probably need to grow your food is a couple of chickens so you can use chicken food poop as far as a powerful fertilizer. But as far as everything else, I don't like.
why not use human poop?
Why would I want to use human poop? Your body has to be at an alkaline state to use your own poop. And you don't even have to use chicken poop. You can use um cow manure because cow just eat grass all day. And chicken, depending on what you're feeding your chicken can, if you're feeding your chicken organic and your chicken poop is organic. Anything that has organic, you wasn't with that person to know if it's organic. Organic is just a title. I'm a grower. I can say my growing is organic, but has I used rainwater to make it organic? Has I used natural fertilizer to make it organic? You don't know
Let me ask you this
exactly what
question.
these people. Uh huh.
Where do you grow your food at?
I grow my food in the ground
No, where? What location do you grow food at?
in Louisiana.
In Louisiana. Okay. Is
Yeah.
is that a tropical environment?
Um, no, it's not a tropical
So,
environment, but do
so
you know anything
hold on,
about
hold on, hold on,
the
hold
soil?
on, hold on. Let me finish before you go. Let me finish. So you said no, it's not a tropical environment. So with that being said, if you are growing food in a untropical environment, then that food is actually genetically modified. It's actually not organic.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not, sweetheart. Genetically modified is doesn't have if a fruit is just genetically modified, it will not have any seeds. My food has seeds. I till my
Yeah, a
ground.
lot of fruit are
I
growing
have
food.
organic compost in my soil. I test my soil to make sure it's not acidic or it's not neutral, that is per alkaline, that is alive, that it electrifies. I go into depth because your soil is your foundation. It's not about the region, it's about your soil when it comes to growing your own food.
What's making the
That's
soil as vital as it is?
the things we eat,
No, the
the
sun.
scraps.
The sun is making the soil as vital as it is. The sun is the most vital force for all life force on the planet. So if you're going to be
So,
growing any type of food, the food, if it's not growing in its natural environment, then it's technically not organic.
well, the thing is that okay, the sun can make it vital, but it's all about what you put into the soil. Your soil is your foundation. It's like your body. If you feed your body bad things, you are becoming what you eat. But if I feed my soil good things, like alive things, scraps, onions, Brussels sprouts, bananas, bell peppers, things that I make my compost from scratch, and also you can feed that to your soil to make it alive. The way you make it, the way you see if anything is alive, from even in yourself, your urine, you can use your urine to test yourself, you can use your blood to test yourself, and your poop to test yourself to see where is your body, if it's alkaline or if it's acidic. And that's the same thing when it comes to testing the soil when you grow your own food. You have to see if it's acidic or if it's an alkaline, because nothing can thrive if it's in a bad environment. Nothing. Not
Well,
even yourself.
well, when it comes to food being alkaline or acidic, if it's on the ground, it's going to automatically be alkaline because it's connected to the earth.
It just depends what you feed it. It depends what you feed it. Like when you go into the store and you see a bag of chips. Not even say a bag of chips. You see a bag of fruits. One fruit say organic, one fruit just say apples. Organic apples. And then the next fruit say apples. If you are on a health journey, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna pick up the thing that says organic. It's because the way how organic things are grown is grown differently from the apples that doesn't label as organic. Organic things have natural sources that was fed to the soil. They don't use faucet water, they use rainwater. They don't spray it with chemicals. They don't do none of that. Everything is natural. As far as like the organic, the apples that doesn't have organic, it's sprayed with pesticides. They just put any type of soil in it, chemicalized fertilizer, and all type of stuff. So it's a major difference, you
Right.
know.
I get that it's a difference. I get that it's a difference, but the fact still remains that no matter what you put and feed the soil, the environment is still going to determine the outcome or the quality of whatever you're trying to produce. Now, if you know anything about biology, a cell can only vibrate its highest in its environment. The most the most vital place for all living beings is to be near a tropical environment between the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn. So you can grow food here, that's cool, but it's gonna be truly natural in a natural environment. And then on top of that, I said something about this earlier about growing food. In our natural environment, we wouldn't need to grow food. All we would have to do is poop on the ground and the earth would naturally cultivate food for us. We don't have to go do anything. Nature does
Well,
everything. All we have to do is
you
live
have to
with
be
it.
careful with that. You have to be careful with that, literally.
So hold on, let me say this
And you
one time.
know,
Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead.
the way how I was taught, people would perish by the lack of knowledge. You hear something, but you don't actually put it to the test. You have to think upon perception. Like if I go poop on the ground and I smoke cigarettes, Will that shit grow? No, it's not. Will the sun change that? No. No.
But
Because your poop
you gotta take
is
into account.
toxic.
You gotta take into
Your
account
poop.
that we're putting the wrong information inside of our body. So yeah, that's why I said earlier it's probably good that we're not doing that today because we're got a lot of
Right.
GMO information in our bodies. But
Right.
still, you will
Mhm.
use chicken poop to grow your food. Why wouldn't you use your own feces to grow your own
Be-
food?
because I know what I'm feeding my chickens.
But you don't know
I
what
know
you're
what
feeding your
now
chickens.
I can say it, that's where accountability come in at. I can say as a person, I don't think I have the best diet to use my poop as fertilizer. I think if I feed my chicken organic food, throw them a watermelon, throw them a bell pepper, because you gotta understand it takes time for the body to detoxify. People think it's just a certain amount of days. No, your
Let me
body
ask you a question.
detoxification takes a lot of time.
I got a question for you guys. If I
Hmm.
had a cookie, right, and I gave you 2 glasses of milk, and one of the cups was breast milk and one of the cups was cow milk, what you gonna put that cookie in?
Breast milk.
Would you?
Yeah.
So
I
why wouldn't?
breastfed for
So
three.
why
I
would?
breastfed for
But
three
would you?
years.
But would you really put that cookie inside that breast milk?
Yes, I will. I breastfed for 3 years. Everything that I'm telling you, I studied. I just don't watch videos and go up on that. No, people would perish by being spoon fed
So
because of the videos and things people just watch, but they don't read to give themselves knowledge and information and enlighten themselves. I cured my daughter's eczema. I cured my mama from high blood pressure. I grow food out of my garden. I'm still growing food out of my garden. I cultivate my land and I help my community when it comes to their health, all free of charge. Everything that I tell people, I have witnessed it and practiced it upon myself. So I don't tell people things just by the things that I watch. I tell people things by practicing patience with myself and people around me. It's
absolutely,
point blank period.
absolutely.
If anybody wanna, if I read books, I read books. I consultate people. I went to school. I took courses for herbalism. I have my own garden. I can get on live right now and show you my garden, my plants that I have. I make my own medicine. I know how to identify plants. If we're not in a tropical region, that's no excuse for you to get started.
No,
It's
you
no
always want to
excuse
get
for you to
started
get
where you
started.
at.
Huh?
You should always want to get started where you at. But it's
Exactly.
gonna be more conducive for you to do it in your natural environment.
It's okay. Through time, you'll be a soldier.
Absolutely.
You might find something out that the scientists can't figure it out. So
Right.
what? Just
Right.
like the black man, what he found out how to run a car for water. He didn't. You don't let nothing stop you in life. If you're not in a tropical region, if you forget that, do what you gotta do, cause you never know what information you could stumble across on.
No, that's
Grow your own
it's start where
food
you at. It's start
because
where
it's
you
about
at.
to get bad. It's about to get bad. Seriously,
It's
don't do no vaccinations. None of that. That's all technology. And yes, you can exempt the vaccination. You tell them doctors that you don't want no vaccines. And I did it with my daughter. No vaccines are nothing like that. And when I take her to school, they say she's exempt. But I homeschool my child. Know of the world, but do not become of it. And that's all I gotta say. Y'all know of this world, but don't become of this world. Build your relationship with God and grow your own food and mind your business.
what is God?
God is a title. We can get into that another subject. But if you already have like your explanation on who God is, it's no point for me to even encounter with you because your mind is made up. I encounter God through my own personal reasons. I'm from Louisiana. My people did hoodoo. I came from a voodoo background, and I would still pick up that Bible and read. If you are against the Bible, then maybe you need to go pick it up with the church, because 9 times out of 10 that church made you mad for you not to read that Bible. Point blank period.
So
I don't care who guys. I don't
are
care
you saying
who
are you
guys say
saying that
something.
are you saying that the Bible is completely true?
The Bible is true depending on how you want to look at it. Most people don't know how to read the Bible, so
Mm,
that's why they figure that it's not true.
yeah. Well, it
If
is.
you don't know how to read and comprehend, then shit, you you in bad shape. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel you.
once I learned how to read in Bible, and I encountered a lot of spiritual a lot of spiritual experiences.
Mhm.
I was like, hell yeah, God is real, and Jesus is real too.
Oh, Jesus is real. Where's Jesus at?
What you mean? Where Jesus at?
Is Jesus coming back for us?
Jesus here already.
Where at?
Through his, do you know the reasoning of Jesus?
Explain Jesus to me. Break down Jesus to me. Is Jesus God?
I asked you a question. Do you know the reasoning of Jesus?
Do I know the reason? I'm not understanding your question. Can you
Do you know
rephrase
the
that?
reason of Jesus? Do you know what? Do you know why Jesus was here? Like, do you know why Jesus is here?
I
What's the
understand.
reasoning of Jesus Christ?
I understand the concept of the Christ consciousness in Christ. Yes,
Okay. Okay. Then it's no need for me to understand explain if you understand the Christ conscious.
but is Jesus real though?
If you believe in Christ conscious, then you should know Jesus is real and his commandments and his teachings. It's not saying like Jesus gonna come ride down on the damn cloud, and get off the cloud and
That's what
start
the Bible
touching
said though.
people.
That's what the Bible
No,
said.
the Bible. No, the Bible clearly. That's why you have to read your Old Testament and your New Testament. The Bible clearly says that Jesus Jesus lives through his laws and his commandments. His purpose was to teach the people how
Mhm.
to go according to the laws and the commandment. Just like you got your laws and the commandments when you get in the car, what you gotta do, put on your seatbelt, you gotta stop at the red light. You got laws in healthcare, you got laws everywhere you go. So what is your laws when it comes to yourself as a human spiritual being?
So where is this person, this Jesus person that has came back to give this information or this consciousness?
It's through the laws and the commandments. It's for
But
us.
but
It's
remember
it's for the it's
but
to
remember Jesus was God taking form in the flesh to come to humanity to give that message. So if Jesus is actually real, then that means that he's an actual being that came or that's on the planet to give this information. If you read the
he's on the
Bible,
planet
if you
to
read the
if
Bible,
he's on the planet to give this information. Yeah, he's on the planet to give this information through our people.
so where is he?
He's in us.
He's in us, or is he
He's
one of us?
he's in the chosen ones. He's in the chosen ones. Hold on one moment. I'm sorry. Thank you for calling the AT&T Reward Center.
Oh, she at work.
My name is Chelsea.
She at work. How we believe in God and Jesus told you not to go work a job. Jesus told you to go rent to do what? You can't love both God and serve the devil. You can't love God and serve mammon. You see where the contradictory come in, y'all? You see where the contradictory come in, y'all? We say we believe, but our actions don't say that. Our actions don't say that we believe. We come here and we talk a good game, but where's the movement? Where's the movement? And this is why Chief is the real Messiah. The real Messiah. You feel me? Come through and showing us the movement with the consciousness, with the knowledge, giving us the wisdom with it. You said I have to have, come on, man. Unity does not pay her for this. You say AT&T don't pay her for this. To here, I'm gonna drop you down for now reflection, just in case you want to come back up. But I don't know if somebody else want to come up. But I don't want you to hold the space. But this what I want. I enjoyed the conversation with her. But this what I want her to know, because she really came up here talking about food. You feel me? That was her topic. Food was the topic for her. What is food, y'all? Food is information. Food is not limited to what you put inside your mouth. And when we talk about diet and food, the best food or diet that you can be on is called peopletarianism. You want to have people, the healthy people around you, people that know truth around you, because you're consuming other people's energy. You're consuming information from other people all day. We in the age of information, and she said that she would much rather use chicken poop than her own feces to eat her food. Look at how we think as humans. We would much rather use a chicken's poop than to use our own feces, and we got control over it, can feed ourselves the right way and grow our own food. We ignorant, y'all. We ignorant, y'all. How do I support myself? My mother in heaven supports me. My mother
I'm
supports me.
sorry, I didn't know
My
I
mother in
had
heaven supports for me. It's okay, reflection.
okay. I just want to just basically tell you that the reason why I said I wouldn't use my poop instead of chicken poop is because my body is not in an alkaline state. As far as it takes time for the body to detoxify and cleanse itself. And you have to think upon all aspects. You can't just thinking about physically, as the mind is in your body. You have to think mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. Is my body is at an aligned state for me to feed my garden my poop? No, if you raise your own chickens, then you know what you're feeding your chickens. If you feed it organic things, then the manure will become organic.
Well, why wouldn't you just poop on the ground and use your manure? What's wrong with your manure?
Because my body is not cleansed.
Let me say this. Let me say this. You said that it takes the body a while to detoxify. What's going on in the mind is taking place in the body. Are you familiar with the science grounding or earthing?
Okay.
Are you familiar that as soon as you put your body on the ground, it immediately starts to relieve your body of stress, excess inflammation, excess mucus. It starts to synchronize the left and the right hemisphere of your brain. It immediately puts you in an alkaline state as soon as you touch the earth.
No, but that doesn't get rid of parasites.
It
That
does.
doesn't get rid of parasites. If you're going to explain why somebody don't do something, explain why they're not doing it. That does not get rid of parasites. I'm gonna tell you again, I studied this for a reason. If I go and poop in my garden and I have parasites, what would my garden have?
Well,
If you if I'm supposed
there's
to
good
trust
parasites and there's bad parasites. There's polarity
oh
to
God.
everything. There's good parasites in you as well.
When you're eating things, it's no such thing as a good parasite when you're eating things.
Now let me say that.
Everything has
Let
parasites
me say
in
this to
it.
you. Let me say this to you, reflection, because I know that you're intelligent, and I want us to be factual when we're talking. It's a
I
fact
am
that it's
factual.
listen. It's a fact that there's polarity to life. There's up, there's down. If there's bad parasites, it's a fact that there's good parasites. Fact. And there are
Okay.
and there are healthy bacteria, healthy parasites inside of the human body, a healthy amount of mucus inside the body that's necessary for things to function. Because that's the nature
Okay,
of
but
the
what
body.
okay, so let's say you go get a junkie off the street. Okay, you're talking about feeding feces, and you just literally said that
I'm just
you
talking.
just literally said
I'm just talking about living in harmony with nature. Living in harmony with nature would look like human beings dropping their pot on the ground and not using a chicken's pot for us to grow our
but
own
if,
food.
but if you explain that to a person that has no knowledge of themselves, they gonna put their own foot back in their mouth. You have to be very specific when
Well,
you're
none of
teaching
us.
people. If
Well,
your body is not at the alkaline state, you cannot poop on the ground. That's just like for women. If women body is in the alkaline state and you put a seed in the ground and you pee on it, that flower is supposed to grow. But if it does not grow, then your pee is highly acidic.
let me say this to
It's
you.
just like for a woman.
Let me say
These
this to
things I
you.
practice.
Let
But
me
I'm not about to sit here and tell a stranger, oh, go poop on the ground. It's going, no. Is your body acidic or is your body alkaline?
let me
Do
say
you
this.
have worms
Let me
or
say
you
this to
don't
you.
have
Let me
worms?
say this to you again, reflection. It is a fact that when you put your body on the ground, it goes straight into an alkaline state. An animal is on the ground all day, so it's always in an alkaline state. Human beings are disconnected from nature, so we're not in an alkaline state because we're not connected to the planet. You see?
Okay, so why should I choose? So again, that I should choose a chicken over my poop
So
because
the
I'm not in the
discrepancy.
alkaline state.
Hold on, mama. So the discrepancy is that human beings are living ignorant and that we should live in tune with the planet.
Right, you have to be in the alkaline state, but you just said that I was ignorant for not following my advice. If my body is not in the alkaline state, why would I feed my garden my dangerous poop instead of feed my chickens that has a new body that I could feed it organic matter and use their manure to help my garden grow?
You can do that. You can very much
That's
do.
what I said, but you just literally vouched that was ignorant of me. You just said that.
It is because
Okay.
it shows that we lack knowledge collectively.
I
That we're
don't lack
using.
knowledge
Hold on, let me
of
finish.
things that I study.
Let me finish.
I
Let me
don't lack
finish.
knowledge
Can
of
I
things that
finish?
I study.
Can I finish, man?
I'm just letting you know I don't lack knowledge of things that I study.
I'm
You
saying
lack
I'm saying
knowledge.
collectively. I'm not talking about you specifically, sweetheart. I'm talking about collectively.
No, but you call me
Listen.
ignorant.
I
You
don't
call
want to
me
go back and forth
ignorant.
with you. I don't want to go back and forth with you.
I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm just
So let
calling
me
you out on
finish.
your words. That's just
Let me finish. Let me
self-reflection.
finish. Let's have respect.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk. Let me talk. So I'll rephrase what I said. You're not ignorant, but the way that you're perceiving things is based in ignorance. Collectively, we have all been taught and programmed to use a toilet. We don't know how to live in tune with life or nature. So none of us know that we can go drop our poop on the ground and that it'll grow for us because we're all ignorant. We've all been programmed with misinformation to live the wrong way. And you can disconnect yourself if you want to. But that's one thing I'm not going to do is go back and forth. You feel me? It's facts. I'm facts and I'm speaking facts. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's okay. I appreciate you. I don't even know her name. I appreciate you for coming up, Reflection. But yeah, and my whole gist is that human beings are living out of tune with nature. That's it. And she said something about accountability. We have to take accountability for our ignorance. Ignorance is what? Lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge and ignorance will make you go use a chicken's poop to grow your own food when you can use your own poop. But I asked her if I gave you a cookie and 2 different cups of milk, breast milk and cow milk, she said she'd use breast milk. No, you wouldn't. You would most likely use cow milk because that's what you have been designed and programmed to do. You've been designed and programmed to utilize something else's feces to grow your food, not yours. And that's all I'm saying, y'all. I'm just showing y'all how we are ignorant and how we lack knowledge itself. And that perpetuates the bullshit that's going on the planet. You feel me? And I'm not saying that the reflection was wrong. She wasn't wrong at all. But what I'm saying is that it's levels to this shit. It's levels to knowledge. And beyond all the food and all this shit, the first hermetic principle is all is mental. And it don't matter what you put inside your body food-wise. If the mind is healthy, if the mind is thinking the correct way, the body gonna be healthy, period. It don't even matter. So we can talk about food all we want, but food... You feel me? You see, I understood what you meant, Rich. You feel me? She wasn't wrong at all. It's just that it's levels to the information. We could talk about food, but then there's another level above food, the environment. Then she said that the food is organic and it's natural. No, it can't be truly if it's not in its natural environment. If it didn't come off that tree and drop from that tree in its natural environment, remember, trees are portals. They portal in new life. So if that information didn't fall from that tree in that region it came from, then it's not natural. It's genetically modified. Human beings, melanated beings, we are not living in our natural environment. We are not closest to the sun. So what does that make us? Even though you still black and brown, nigga, you still genetically modified because you're not vibrating at the capacity that you could be if you were in your natural environment. Pyramid. And that's the facts. We can talk about all the in between, but that's not going to get us nowhere. I want to go straight to the heart of the matter. I don't want to go, because we're going to go back and forth about this shit. I want to get straight to the facts. Ashley said she in PR. Shout out to Puerto Rico. Shout out to Mr. Postman, what up? You said, well, you live in your natural environment. You will see us living in our natural environment. You seen Chief living in his natural environment. You seen us living in our natural environment in Puerto Rico, sleeping outside in tents, giving our poop and our feces back to the earth. Chief already showed you, he already showed all of humanity how to live. And that's just what the whole fucking live is about, man. Human beings are nature. What nature is doing, humanity is doing. You see all the other animals poop on the ground. Why are not human beings doing that? Why aren't we doing that? You see other animals, chickens, ducks, quacks, they all walking around with no shoes on. Why are we walking around with shoes on our feet? As if we are separate from nature. And I want to remind y'all that too. As soon as you put your body on the earth, it immediately brings your body to an alkaline state. And I want to remind you too that the body needs acidity, you need acid. Your body needs to be on an acidic level at some degree. Just like your body needs mucus to some degree, right? Because it's polarity to life, y'all. Exactly. Babies that take them shoes off. Ashley, I watched my daughter when she was a baby take her diaper off and pee on the ground. I watched it myself. She took the diaper off and peed on the ground, squatted right down and peed on the ground. Remember, if you want to enter the kingdom of God, you got to become like what? You must become like the little ones. You must become like a child again, because children are closest to God than any of us. They are most pure at heart, most pure. Yes, Ashley, that child is nature. That child is God. It's going to show you directly how to get in tune with God. You got a direct line when you looking at children. But we think that, oh, we adults, we so smart, we so intelligent because I'm an adult and all this shit. But niggas is really retarded, mentally underdeveloped, because we don't know how to live in tune with the host that's hosting our fucking reality. Crazy. But we sit here and go back and forth about some shit. For what? The truth is the truth. What we going against the truth for? The truth is the truth is the truth. And the truth don't care about nobody's feelings. Nobody feelings. Keep smoking cigarettes and tell me if your body give a fuck about what it's going to do if you keep smoking cigarettes. No, your body is nature. It's the subconscious. It's God. It's going to do something to regulate. Whether that's harming you or not. It's the truth. And we like to be comfortable, man. I realize that when it come to knowledge and teaching all this shit, we be comfortable in our knowledge. Like niggas be having cognitive dissonance. When met with another truth or a truth higher than what you know, people start resisting and want to go back and forth. I don't want to do that. Like, you just go do your research on what I told you. We subjective thinkers. We always want to go off how things feel and, well, I did this and I did. Well, what is the real facts of the matter though? But nature gonna show us how to get in tune. All we gotta do is get in tune with life. Once we start realizing that, oh, I'm not separate from nature. I can't even breathe without oxygen. I can't breathe without the plant. I can't breathe in oxygen without the water. I can't survive without the sun. I can't survive without the food. Shit, I can't survive without the bee pollinating the flowers. Why we think that we separate? And live and develop things, and we move in a culture like nature just separate from us. Like, the culture in the United States of America is to be a farmer. Oh, let's go get cows and get our own milk from the cows. Let's go get chickens and get eggs. Like, in nature, no animal after it gets off its mother nipple drink milk again after that. Why we need cows and shit? Why are we drinking milk? I don't know. I'm just thinking. I just be thinking. That just show you how we live out of tune with this shit. And then farming is terrible. Farming is terrible. Did you not know that most of the fucking waste in the ozone in the atmosphere is from The methylation in the fucking farts of cows, yes, methane gas is being released from the farts of cows. And that's one of the biggest contaminants on the planet in the atmosphere. But people got cows by the boatload, by the tons, milking them, skinning them, killing them, eating them. But we think that we doing the right thing. That's the cancer culture. Babylon is a cancer culture. This is a cancer society. It's built off of misinformation. A cancer is a cell that has corrupt data. It's been misinformed. We've been misinformed, and we live in a culture that's designed to destroy us and destroy everything in it. But we want to be farmers and get cows and chickens, not knowing that the cows is one of the biggest pollutants on the planet. But niggas want to farm because niggas want to go do capitalism and want to go deal with capitalism and exchange and all that to get money. But no, remember, you can't serve both God and serve money. It's impossible. You can't do it. You will either take to one and despise the other, or you will love one and hate the other. That's law. That's law. Now, people talk about, oh, I don't know if people read the Bible the right way and they believe in God and believe in Jesus. But how you believe in God and you a follower of God if you're not doing the will of God? It's said in Luke 14:25 that if you want to be a follower or disciple of God, that you have to do the will of God. You have to even hate your mother, your brother, your sister, your children, even your own life and how you were programmed to enter the kingdom. That means you must die. Who you think you are, who you believe yourself to be, that must go through a transition. So I witness a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to religion and spirituality, right? Even talking about religion, you're talking about spirituality, which is the study of energy, right? In spirituality, or when it comes to belief systems, names or titles are very important. So if you believe that you God, or you believe in whatever you believe in, or say that I believe that we are God, and that, hold on, how I want to put this for y'all, because people will say that, I want to give y'all a nice example. Rico, what's good, God? Hold on, my example slipping through my head. It's gonna come back to me. But we not standing on what we not living what we talking about. We not living what we talk about. Gotta make this shit make sense, man. Like I asked Shorty, was Jesus God? She didn't even say yeah. But it say in the Bible that Jesus was God. Shit crazy. That's just the misinformation, y'all. But like I said earlier, the shortest and quickest route to knowledge itself is through nature and getting in tune with what is, which is the controlling, creating force of everything, man. That's what we're here to do, twin. Twin, what up? That's what we're here to do. You said these books, there's a book called FAMS that also explains how awful agriculture and farming is. Yeah, all that shit is just, we don't need to farm. We don't need to do that. Nature does it for us. What about cheese? Cheese is still dairy. That's still dairy too. Everybody know the facts and what happens with dairy. That causes excess mucus and inflammation in the body. That clog up your arteries, give people cancer, diabetes, all type of shit going with the cheese. Cheese definitely not good. Like Ashley said, it's vegan options for cheese. You got you can do almond cheese. cashew cheese. Yeah, exactly. Tell them, let go of that dairy. She sounded, you just messing with me? Oh, you in here playing? Okay. Cheese is mucus. Yeah, it is. But remember, it's your body needs a certain level of mucus. You feel me? Mucus helps shit move smoothly in your body. If you don't got no mucus, things can't move fluidly in your body. Now, excess mucus is what's causing blockages and buildups. And even that is not coming from the food you put in your body. It's coming from the food that you put in your mind. Food is information. The information that you put in your mind is causing you to have excess mucus from eating cheese. You feel me? Somebody told you that you should be eating dairy cheese and dairy milk. That information is causing you to have clogged arteries. It didn't start in the body. It started up here first. It started with the person that you were getting information from. That's why Chi teaches us that peopletarianism is the best diet or health regime that you can be on, because humans are your biggest source of energy that you're going to be consuming. Somebody taught to I think her name was Tahira. Somebody taught her how to eat. Somebody taught me how to eat. Somebody taught you your way of life. That came from a person. People are your biggest sources of energy. You said, in fact, spiritual than physical. We have to understand that the spirit realm is the physical realm. There is no such thing as the physical realm, y'all. Get that out of y'all senses. There is nothing physical. This is not physical. Your body, which is made out of trillions of cells, hundreds of trillions of cells, those cells are made up out of ions, or what they call molecules, or subatomic particles. A subatomic particle is an atom. An atom comprises of protons, neutrons, and electrons. Inside of those particles is 99.9% dark matter, empty space. So what you believe to be physical is not physical. It is the spirit realm. We are in the spirit realm right now. When you think about the spirit realm, you think about the unseen realm. You can't see me. The person that's perceiving and listening and talking through this avatar, you can't see me. It's unseen to you. It's not physical. It's just like with these phones. You think that you're looking at a physical body, but no, all of this is nothing but an electrical signal, a broadcast being streamed to you. The physical realm is the spiritual realm. Nothing is physical. Everything is spiritual. Everything is the quantum field of infinite possibilities. And through our imagination, we make it exist. Through our observation, we make it exist. Through your observation, you collapse the wave function, and that wave becomes a particle, a localized particle, what we perceive as physical matter in this reality. But it's actually 99.9% dark matter. Your mind, the figment of your mind's imagination gives you the perception that this is real. Your body is not real. It's a figment of your mind's imagination. You're not inside the body. Your body is inside your mind. You may look at a house down the street, but distance is an illusion as well. You might say, well, how is that in my mind, but I'm looking at it down the street? Well, distance is an illusion. You're observing a collection of subatomic particles compacted together in a certain space in your brain. Your mind never comes into contact with light itself. It's encased in complete darkness. Your whole reality is being lit up in your mind, not out here. Not out here. That's why when you close your eyes, you in darkness out here. But you can still see light in your mind because your mind is lighting up your reality. There's not light outside of you. It's inside of your mind. You feel me? So get in tune, y'all. Miss Kiki, what up? We gotta get in tune. We gotta get in tune. How long I been on this joint? But yeah, I'm gonna leave this time. If anybody wanna come up in the queue, hit questions and answers. I'm gonna leave this time for donations too. However y'all want to do it. But I'm about to get up out of here, man. She said, glad to hear you. It's like listening to Chi. Man, that's an honor. I'm grateful for that comment. I received that comment. I received that comment, and it's an honor to hear that. It's an honor to read that. I'm thankful. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be. That's showing me that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You feel me? Because that is my job. My job as a repeater for God, the all-seeing I3, is to proclaim the kingdom of God through my talents and my gifts. I have been gifted with the ability to speak and be able to perceive and comprehend this knowledge. So it's a beautiful thing, man. And like I said, it's an honor for your statement. I'm grateful, Misty. I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for my chief, man. Reflect the life from the all-seeing I3, man.